Good morning. Welcome to Market Yourself from Zero, how to create a 12-month promotional plan as a solopreneur. I'm your virtual mentor, Angelique Lozada, and I'm so excited for you to be here to invest of your time to actually be here live with me and to also watch this as a replay. So this workshop is basically the Spanish version of my last workshop, which was called Mercadeate desde cero. And the reality is that I've been focused on my niche, on the market that I decided I was going to focus on, which is the Spanish speaking audience. So, of course, we all know the importance of the niche and your ideal client and all of this. So, about 3 years ago, I made that decision. Hey, I could go either way, English, Spanish. You don't need to choose. I don't think you should choose. But obviously, it depends on many factors, on your what you want to do with it, and how you're going to communicate with your audience, where is your audience, how you're going to, your competitors, how you're going to differentiate yourself. So 3 years ago, I didn't know everything that I was doing. Literally, I didn't know half of the things that I was doing, but at least I made one of those decisions that I was going to focus on the Spanish market. Why? Because hey, I wanted to be a big fish in a small pond rather than a small fish in a super big pond, because there's so many coaches and mentors out there. So so that said, I haven't done an English virtual workshop for me, like literally produce it myself in almost 3 years. Like I did it at the beginning of this business, but I didn't do it again. So now I'm excited. It's new audiences. I know there's some people that are joining now that also have joined my past workshop as well, that they just need a little reminder. And so it's great. It's great that this has been useful, and this is the reason why I decided to just do the same topic, because it was really practical. People really got to work on the numbers within the workshop. Like literally, we're gonna get to work on our numbers together. So really, workshops don't do that for you, right? Especially free ones. So you're in for a treat, really, for being here. So I want you to please have your pen, pencil, you have your booklets, your notebook, whatever you use to write, because we're gonna work. So I'm not sure, you can see me, right? Not sure. You should be able to see me on the right hand side. But rather I see Zenaida. So if you see me, just leave on the chat. Let me just try something here real quick. Okay, now I see you, Zenaida. That's so funny. Let me then start again. Yeah, it's like stuck. Not sure why. Let me see. Hi, Brenda. Great, I now get to see who's here. Hi, Brenda. Welcome, welcome. Love it that you're here. Let me see. Zenaida. Yes, and your video is off. Okay, now you see me. At least I see myself now. Okay, it was a little weird not to just to see your Zenaida's name. Okay, great. So have your pen ready. This is where you can connect with me. You can tweet. There's a few tweetables here that I'm going to be sharing with you. So feel free to tweet me and tag me using this hashtag. This is the hashtag that I use for everything educational, for every workshop and courses that I do. So I like to keep it all in that bookmark for you. So feel free to use it and to also browse from what it's in there, okay? And remember, as you come in, please share your elevator pitch on the right-hand side in the chat, okay? Because we're gonna do some networking as well. So, solopreneur. Who here considers yourself a solopreneur? Because if you know what's a solopreneur, if you consider yourself a solopreneur, it means that you know what's a solopreneur, right? So I want to gauge where you're at. Who is a solopreneur, or who wants to be a solopreneur, right? Maybe you aspire to be one and that's why you're here. So I want to know, tell me here in the chat, you are a solopreneur, you want to be a solopreneur, you're like half a solopreneur, part-time solopreneur, you have no idea what is a solopreneur, it's the first time you hear about it, or it's the first time you hear about it, but hey, makes sense. I get it, what it is. Zenaida is a half, okay, a great half, because Zenaida is always on fire, so she's a great half. You do a lot as a half. Who else? Who else? Because basically, I am a solopreneur, right? And basically, it's the word says it's entrepreneur, it's you're doing it solo. So important that a freelancer is not necessarily a solopreneur, right? And a solopreneur is not necessarily a freelancer. So basically, when you're a freelancer, you're literally selling your time, and your time divided into different projects, and you're not attached to any project, basically. But a solopreneur, you actually are building a business, so that means that at some point you see yourself having things automated for you and actually make money when you're not having to do the work and creating teams and creating programs and those products beyond yourself, right? So that's where we start going more into the entrepreneur, when we're actually creating a business and that's bigger than our time, that our vision is to be more than our time. And a solo one is obviously one that it's right now doing it with that vision, but doing all parts at once. So yes, it's many hats. It's many hats because you're doing the design, the architecture design of your services, you're doing your sales, you're doing the business planning, you're doing the marketing, you're literally doing the strategy, or should be planning the strategy, but also you're executing it, right? So you may at some point, like me, have outsourced some of tasks, right? And that's like the first step. You outsource either creative, or you outsource specific marketing stuff, or even mentorship, and you invest in a mentor and you invest in strategy. So, but at the end of the day, you're doing it solo, and you're literally investing resources on your entrepreneurship. And but at some points you will like a virtual assistant, and you can get a project manager and also handle all those little things, right? And that's how you make a business out of what you're doing. But you can keep the same business model of being you, right? Of marketing you, even though you have a team with you. So that's my vision of where I'm going with my business, my coaching and mentorship business. So if you're like me, that you want that business model to actually grow from marketing yourself, but at the same time building a infrastructure around you, and building products that are the passive income that sell themselves at some point, that you're impacting more than one-on-one people, that you're impacting groups of people, that you are impacting people from all around the world without boundaries. If you're like that, let me know here on the right hand side. And if you haven't thought about that, let that be inspiration of things that you can actually do when you market yourself, and you literally create a business out of what you know. And that's all about that, right? So what I do is I teach people to basically do what I do. So after 10 years corporate world, I decided to combine two of my passions, spirituality and marketing, to do what? To help other people shine in their careers, to help them be happy on what they're doing. I started attracting entrepreneurs, people that wanted to do what I was doing. So basically, that's what I do now. I teach people how to do what I do, what I have done. I'm going to employee to entrepreneur, and for the past 3 years having the merit of doing that full time. And so basically this is what I'm going to be part of, that those lessons and those things that work for me and haven't worked for me. It's what I always share, right? I always share from that that part of me that have been, I'm going through it as we speak, right? And and obviously all my marketing background that is now combined because it's so different to market a product or service or even market someone else's product or service. So, but when you're marketing yourself and you're marketing your brain, your mind, literally, you're selling your time and your knowledge. And it's like a whole new world that you learn. It's part of the science. There's a lot of figures involved too because you want to be arrogant. It's possible to put yourself out there like that. And obviously, for me, has been a process to believe me to just have to put your face in every material in your Instagram, in your website. So believe me, hey, but I learned that hey, if I want this business model of using the internet, people in the internet, and literally make a business out of what I love doing, and one of the best strategies is to literally, or the best strategy is to first, and people know this is the best way or the way to do it. And hey, I do it, right? So at some point, I decided that I needed to do this, and so little by little, your boundary and your business evolves, and you start doing what's comfortable for you, right? You have to push yourself first in order to know what's comfortable. So comfortable is not doing it. Comfortable is find a place where you try to and you decide what is the best for you, and not only you feel good about it, but the results, right? So that's important thing. So I want you to do this obviously more like a marketer. Okay, more like a marketer. So I want you to think better, you act better. I want you to do literally act better, make better business as a business owner, as a smart business owner that wants to learn about marketing, and also about marketing. And like the topic or the topic is we're going to be planning, right? How you plan emotional plan, because we'll know, and obviously all us entrepreneurs or entrepreneur wannabes, we know, we've heard this before. Right? A dream without a deadline is just a goal. A goal with a deadline is just right, or it's a dream. So we don't apply it. We're doing our own goals. We're not, right? If you have their goals, we execute them there and we will move forward faster. So I want you also that. I want you to talk with me here. If you're shy, you just write it in your notebook, that's fine as well. But the thing that you write down, what is that one goal that you want to accomplish the next 3 months? In the next month, I mean, obviously, you get to work here, right? You want to target what? So, in relation to that, what is that goal that you would like to do in the next month, in June? Like I was at the end of September, November, October, what do you want to have accomplished? And I'm sure many of you have heard about SMART goals, doing SMART goals, or metas inteligentes. If you haven't, please Google it. It's basically a tool that helps you create better goals, and it literally is underrated. I love this idea of doing SMART goals. It's very practical. So S stands for specific, right? M is measurable. We want to be able to measure it, and what can be measured? Time, right? Numbers are always measurable, right? Time, percentages, money, pricing, numbers, right? And every number, it's always measurable. Actionable or attainable. I've seen both. Attainable as well. Actionable and attainable. Like obviously that you can do it, that it pushes you, but you know that if you just do what you need to do, you will do it. It's like a reality check, right? Okay, so R is reachable. Okay, so the one before is then is actionable. It's reachable. And I've also seen relevant. I've also seen R for reachable and relevant. Okay, I like relevant. So relevant meaning of why you're here, what you actually want to do. Literally, it's not just a goal that it's nice to have, or a goal that you always wanted to do but has no relation to what you really want to market, what you really want to make money off. So focus, right? Focus here and exactly what you want to accomplish in the next 3 months. That maybe is a small, tiny goal, but that is the goal that you need in order to get to the next bigger goal. Okay, so let's think very focused and strategic. That's why it's only one goal. So because maybe this one goal will have many little goals, right? And that's how we start making a plan, right? When we have one big place that we want to go, and then we can divide it in between parts, so little goals or mini goals, and that's how we start creating a plan. Okay, so and then T in SMART goal is timely. Okay, just have a time, and very important, right, to have a deadline. So at least you have now a time frame, the end of September, beginning of October. If you want to add a date like October 1st, hey, I invite you to do that. And again, if you're brave and want to share your SMART goal here, at some point, doesn't have to be even now, at some point you want to share it, I invite you to go out of the comfort zone and do it. Because why? Because there's a power on sharing your goal publicly, right? In this platform, it's much more powerful than you write it in your own notebook for your own good. Okay, so because I'm trying to help you reach faster and more, that's why we need to start doing things like that that seem little or small but really make an impact. So when you write it, you know how to articulate it, people can give you feedback, and you're like more committed, you're with your own self, and we need to be more committed with our own goals. Okay, so basically a marketing action plan. What is a marketing action plan? What I call a map. It looks something like this as a first step, because we need to, when we plan, we need to also analyze. Even if we haven't analyzed before or we haven't executed before, we need to still analyze. And when we analyze, what we do, we research, right? If we haven't done what we're doing, we have never made money doing what we're trying to do, or launch or market what we're trying to launch. We don't have any but we do research. That's why we research on our competitors and on people who are doing similar things that I do, and what different, similar. Go online, obviously, to go Google, go into and sign up to people's newsletters of people that are doing something similar, and basically research their pricing, and see what's the market like, right? You can see what's going on with this research. It depends where you're at, and depends on which is the market that you want to go. But this workshop is going to be focus on my business model, and because I teach what I've done, so that's why I'm going to be focusing more on if you're selling services and your coach or mentor, or you're just selling your mind, your time, right? Your knowledge that you love doing, that you're very good at doing, and you basically want it in a way that you money. Okay, so yeah, so we need to research. But if we are getting revenue, somehow it is small revenue, or you're trying to market, here, please share your advice in the chat. In which case you are, I'm in the yes page, I'm in the launch day, say that you launch, but I still revenue, or I've generated some revenue, and I want to get more or more consistent sales, or I'm not branding, I literally want to start something new or different. Let me organize. And Sonia says, have goal. This is her SMART goal. 5 for clients, buy a K consulting package, a consulting package worth $7,000, and a monthly follow-up program by September 1st. This is a super SMART goal. This is exactly what I'm about. The goals need like we have a specific, we know exactly what she's going to be working on, and we're planning to go into that goal. She eats a memo. See that there's 3 numbers there, the 5 for the compliance, the 7K for the package price, and then we have the numbers, and then we have achievable or attainable. And yes, she's right here before, and she knows that she can deliver, and she knows that she can reach those 5 programs. We need to like still have the time, and we'll come on those questions at the time. Okay, this numbers are actually the emotion first. So, but know the importance of including numbers early on. In market, start with them. We want to make money, right? So let's start with those first as we can. So it's all she will start a hard day, very hard day, September. So, so now we have one to the of this workshop. Anything that you learn here, you lie here, or you do is going to be towards that goal. So, what we're seeing in the report, so we see and now we see a marketing action plan. It's something that we created about 2 years ago. And for nonprofits, I did some things we were doing for entrepreneurs, and this is so simple. It's literally a map, market and action plan, which is what to do, right? What do you do by one? What is what's the goal, right? Super easy, and it's something that we literally put our make our own books or print out, do online, work, do you want, because what to plan for, right? What to write. Because we plan, we plan. We didn't spend so much time on the plan that we don't really want. The plan that we don't always do happen. So there's things that we do something simple that we trust and that we do and repeat, right? Okay. So, but I know what you're thinking. I'm just throwing these next year, and so I'm gonna do these. We're gonna do this, right? So I just want you to know at the end of the day, I do all of thinking like a marketer and actually more like a marketer. So that you are able to map, right? Like in a given month or the beginning of the quarter, whatever, you can go back to your templates and create your map, your own marketing. What you need to do before. Okay, before, because we have too much, we just don't move enough. So let's move in order to need to before the plan is. So how going to be obviously it's not going to be as easy, but it's going to be it's going to be a gift those who want to take action right now. Okay, literally they do connect with what right now. You usually help you or help more, and basically want to talk about it. You have questions for me. You want to think of your work. You want to think about numbers and the things that you have been the goal that you have defined through this job. So in order to do that, I want to be shy and usually book a free consultation with me, 3-minute free consultation with me. But it has to be you need to schedule this weekend, but we have by the end of next week. So on the 7th, okay, it's a Friday, we're going to need to have a conversation, but I want you to book it. Book it right after this workshop. I'm going to give you the link where you can check. And really, I'm giving you recommendations for you to do next into launch yourself and market yourself. And obviously, and I see if it's a good fit for you, I will love to invite you to join my group coaching virtual group that is starting on July 10th in almost 2 weeks. So I'm looking for special super souls, a small group of 7 people. So this is my way of like trying to attract those people that will benefit to that group. And that's why I offer this type of workshop, because actually with this same platform, this same time, Wednesdays, we will meet at 11 on Wednesdays for 3 months. And so this is my way of filtering my ideal clients, okay? So if it's something that I think will benefit you, so we can talk about that as well. But no pressure, I just want you to apply what you have done and really get a chance to have feedback from me, from an objective person, so you can move forward, okay? So this is how you schedule it. Right now, you can schedule it after the fact, and I'll add this link once again throughout. So if you schedule it, I'm gonna send you this template. So that's the gift, right? Once you schedule it, I'm right away gonna send you this template of how you can audit your marketing and how you can create your own map, your marketing plan. So see, it's like double gift for you just by scheduling that call and showing up and to have this 30-minute virtual conversation with me. We'll do it through Zoom. Have your questions, have your formula, your numbers with you so you can share with me, and I'll give you this template, okay, for you to download. So we're going to talk about everything that needs to happen before the planning, right? So let's get back to what we are going to do now. So what happens before we actually have outcomes? We need to plan, so we need to see it as a reverse engineering thing, right? So we start with the goal. That's the first thing that we did. And the goal, we're looking for outcomes, right? So, but what happens before the goal, right? Before the goal, we have the planning, right? The execution. We execute, right? Before the execution comes the planning, right? And within the planning comes the tactics. So we're still going backwards, right? The tactics is everything that you're doing, is the Facebook post, is the webinar, it's the flyer, it's the speaking, right? The tactics. But before the tactics, in order to do the strategy, right? The strategy is what you're doing in order to accomplish that goal, and what to do, how you do in order to accomplish that goal, what to do in order to accomplish that goal, and the tactics is the how, right? Is the how. Strategy, the what, tactics, the how. So one of the main things that we engineers and marketers that is only is the tactics and the how too. So we're always busy. We feel that we're always busy, right? We're doing. We don't see the results that we want, and but we really I just have more. Like now work on weekends, so I do like double the calls or the double list. I will just have results. But we don't realize is that it's not literally how many hours you work, it's quality of hours. So this is where the strategy comes in, and where everything that I'm showing you today takes to go, because if we think on the strategy part ourselves, we think deeply on this part, then the tactics and the outcomes will just flat. Okay? So, but before the strategy, we need to know what the hell we want. Basically, what we want, and we don't ask ourselves that question enough. And many of us are coaches, and so we start being our own coach and asking ourselves, what I really want to do this, okay? So we all have heard of affirmation. Yes, we don't work now because 5 years of a week, but something literally like a down of what you have in mind. Maybe works for you, maybe you're in someone program or some other course, or maybe another workshop, so this would be there for you. But how do you have done so this is your opportunity to like refresh that, and most importantly, obviously I would write in chat. I want to know know about you. I'm gonna make that thing in a public way, but at least write your notebook. Okay? I want you to write your vision and mission sentences simple because we have 5 minutes. Okay. So here's a guide, and I'm going to be talking to help you, right? But it is literally 5 minutes to write it. Okay? You know, put really 5 minutes to write your vision, 1 page, 1 sentence. I'm sorry. And basically, it's 2 different things. And before I thought it was the same, I would use the vision terribly, but I finally through my mind, really, and vision, what you seriously the work is. Okay, what's your legacy? I want to be your legacy. That. Okay. What kind of legacy you want to create? Is a good question too, or how you want to be known for? Right? That's the one I like. What you want to be known for? Okay? How you want to be in people's minds, right? How you want to be known? That's pretty much it. Like, what you want to do is that it's more than I want to make money. I need to create a business. I don't find job. Please don't write to people. You know, you're here with me. You want to impact people. Yes, we all want to, and that's great. But we're thinking like a market. So we're not branding, but what sounds nice. We're about what we need to be able to make our decisions. It's not hard, okay? So it's really impacting people. Tell me how to impact people by helping them realize that life balance and they want to have a exciting new beginning for the rest of their life. I want the person to do that. Okay, that is being like okay. But so it's okay. To Alex, my vision is to be the leader on marketing and managing the personal brand coaches and overseas personal professionals in the Spanish. That's my want to be that leader. It took me more than a month to create that vision. But really, I think 4 or 5 times I first there. But and literally fix things, impact people. Obviously, probably living from that as well. The legacy of that, people learn from that person. So it's something that also it's like forever, right? Something that I can always right? Because it's a long way. I cannot say. So this I don't take time, effort, but also right? So it's something that really moves you towards something. And also, even if you to get programs that are powerful, that programs that you have much more of, right? And all conditions, right? That this vision happen. And then you can know how I'm going to pursue to be the leader of the next so audience. And obviously now my vision can change to also be the English, right? So English, right? So but my mission is how I'm going to do that. And for me, my mission is a mission to be the resource, the one-stop resource with different tools and different resources in one place and different experts in place that you literally get that you need to do that manifest and monetize your brand that is bigger. I'm not only going to be there, right? I'm going to have other experts and other resources that will support. So that's part of my plan. Leader, bigger than myself, is going to be the support. So I wanted to do that. So I created my first online coaching and mission online courses and because that goes aligned with my mission and my vision. Now this one, but so these are my vision and my mission. Where you want to go and how you're going to do it. Okay? I want you to keep working on this, okay? Not that I make you think hard. So this one, because we're going to continue, okay? So homework is working on your mission, on your vision, and on your goal. Okay, this is like the homework before what we're going to do in the workshop. Okay, so that great to help you follow. Okay, continue with this. Okay, so we're going to cover a few things. Market shift, design map forces for online attraction, like the bonus. See with there because basically these forces is what I want you to keep in mind if you want to attract me. Also, for this I focus on my group coaching program. So if this is something that interests you to know more, you say at the end I'm going to talk not only about what before see them what they can do for you, also learn a little bit about my coaching program focuses on this order to help you marketers. Okay, so it's stay to the end to know a little bit about that. But okay, in Zoom you can also write. So it's so good. I think it's really cool that you can actually do that. So I'm just gonna clear it. All right. Okay. So let's continue. Let's go with the consciousness shift. Okay. Marketing consciousness shift, and I'm just gonna go one by one and through each. They're very simple because the truth is very simple, so I'm not going to go on and on with them, but it's basically what I teach all the time in my weekly Vendete Viernes Facebook Live show, Fridays at 2, in my Facebook page, in my workshops, in my programs, in my mentorship, in everything, my courses, and basically is for you to think about and really internalize what these quotes or ideas that I'm going to be sharing with you fit for you? How can it really understanding it fully and adapting it can really make a difference in how you understand marketing and how you market yourself, and pretty much how it help you be a better marketer and act a better marketer. So you can take a picture of this, you can do a print screen of it as well. You can tweet them as well. So they're making it. Okay? So it's gonna be three of them. So the first, and actually in this version, okay. So the first one is in your market to find out what you're going to move. Yes. Okay. You're not writing, so I hope that you're all here. You're just thinking a lot. That's why you're not writing in the chat. So if someone can tell me that they're doing good, that they're following me, I will really, really appreciate it. At least I know that there's people here still connected, but I want to know that we're all in the same page. So if someone can say yes, yes, I'm here working at the same time. Beautiful. Amazing. Thank you, Mayra. Okay, so isn't your market's job to find out you exist? It's yours to let them know. When we have fears or we're shy, we need to go back to this. Hey, if people don't know they exist, I cannot share, literally, I cannot share the love. I cannot do the transformation. So you need to have that consciousness shift right now. If you're shy, if you don't know how to do it, if you hate putting yourself out there, if you hate talking about yourself, just make the decision that you're gonna learn, right? That you're gonna work on that, okay? And you're gonna use me as a resource for that, right? You're gonna read my articles, you're gonna watch my videos, join my workshops to learn more about that, okay? As simple as that. Next. Okay. Without marketing, there's no sales. There's no sales. There's no sales. Without marketing, there's no sales. And without sales, there's no business. As simple as that. If there's no marketing, there's no sales. If there's no sales, there's no business. Okay? So it's important that in order to have it sounds simple, but we don't think this much, because we need to realize that when we start any business and when we start marketing anything, including ourselves, there's an average. The first, even the second year, depending on how fast you go and so many variables, but you should plan to dedicate at least 75% of your time doing marketing. Did you know that? 75% of your time, you need to literally schedule your time of 75%, whether you're marketing to have 2 or 3 clients, or you're marketing to have 100 clients in your group programs. You need to dedicate time to market, because if you don't let people know that you're there, to the right people with the right offer, you're not going to have sales and you're not going to have a business, okay? And you may have the greatest product, the greatest service, but if you don't market it, you're not going to have sales, okay? And if you don't market it, you may have few sales at the beginning, but you're not going to continue having sales. And we don't want that. We want consistent sales, okay? That's how a business is made. So the next, if you don't shine, you can leave your marks. It's basically what I was saying. We need to leave our fears aside. If we literally want to do this, right? If you want to sell, I was gonna say sell your soul, but literally, if you want to literally sell your time, sell what you know, there's something that you love doing and you want people to pay you to do that, you need to market yourself, and that's it. How you're going to market yourself, you can choose, and there's many ways to do it, right? But at least you need to know this, that you need to shine some way, in one way that it feels organic to you, in a way that gives you results. And that's the most important thing. We are too comfy, right? And sometimes we're too comfy in the Facebook ads and just putting money there. And then we're like, oh yeah, people click on it. I have many likes and I have many people going liking my page, but have you done sales? No. So are we investing money to get the likes, or we're investing money to make the sale, right? So maybe going on Facebook Live one time will generate a little more traction than you posting every week something you post on Facebook that people like, but it's not moving the needle at all. Okay, so this is Daphne. I love how he said go. And you have read him. He has over 12 marketing books, and he basically invented the whole information market. The same reason why you're here at this workshop. The reason why you receive my emails, and I want you to learn my articles. And basically, you're giving me the permission to market you. Right? But you joining this workshop, allowing me to tell you about my group program and about what I do. Right? It's exactly what you came to learn. I think it's rude of my part if I'm giving so much value here that I just mentioned. But I do it. It's really so this is one way that I do it. I find my ideal clients, but I also provide you with valuable information. Right? And then maybe you don't buy now, right? Maybe when later you never buy me, okay. But it's part of work, right? And I'm still doing my vision and my mission to people. But also, hey, it goes to the same thoughts, right? And but then maybe you share them to a friend. It's great, and there's not much doing the workshop, or you're gonna like my post, you're gonna retweet the next workshop and become one of my fans, right? And that's what connect with what you are sharing and the way that you are helping them do it better or faster, right? That they connect with your value that you're providing, because as those fans are the ones that are going to go to your workshop, so are going to share, is going to value other people. Okay, so and I need 50 people to have joined this workshop. I had more than 50 people registered, but it's part of it. Right? I knew not all the people joined. Maybe half of them will join. Just I have 10 50 people in total who are assuming this workshop. Another who are going to watch the replay. So it's going to be good 30 people who are going to connect with me in this level of journeys. Okay, knowing about my program. So that's what I want you to do marketing in that way. Like Evelyn says, is don't find customers for your products, find product or customer meaning, and this is profound. Like so deep marketing consciousness that can literally change how you market and how you see yourself marketing. And that it is that we need to think about our customer first. And I know that we have heard this before. The client is always right, everything else, but it's already we really apply this concept. And as Seth says, it literally, instead of focusing so much on designing the perfect service, designing the perfect offer, designing the perfect marketing, and oh my God, I'm going to do that, and I'm going to hire a designer, and I have all this team that is going to work for me. I have the people who can translate, I have the team who can research, it's all good. But we have to get all those things. But early on, what we really to focus on is on what am I serving, what is the value providing to that person. And that's where the shift needs to go. It is my client. When I do that, then everything else, I promise you, much cheaper. Then you can know what I'm going to them, but it's only the price that they're willing to pay. How I'm going to get to them, right? How I can connect with them in a way that know they exist, but also need to not sound too selfish. I don't like selling. You know, we're called workers, right? We're not sellers, but we really sell, right? Because we know if there's no sales, there's no business. So the idea is to do permission, really asking permission to those that market that want to service, and asking permission to value, and then at the same time marketing, so at the same time you're providing the most valuable gift that you can give to the market. You know what it is? It's still offer. Because now you're connecting with what I'm saying, and you look for that how that you really do this thing, and you look at this, you're gonna join, and you're gonna be so and gonna be a good investment because you're gonna do this faster, and that's it. At the beginning, I'm sure now it's still business, right? Because I invested on that. So that's how we need to think. That's why those are consciousness shifts. So I want you to share with me here before we go into technicality of the numbers, because I told you that we're going to actually work on the numbers, and we're going to do that right now. But I want you to share. Are you still there? What do you think about those consciousness shifts? Does it resonate with you? Does it taught you something that you already knew, something that you already tried to remember in your business? Leonardo said, following you. Zenaida says, follow, love it. Unfortunately, I have to have a 12:30 appointment. Okay, so no problem, Zenaida. Thank you so much. It's 12:11. Okay, great. So thank you for letting me know. The good thing is that if you need to leave, this is gonna be recorded, and the replay I'm gonna send it to you, so you're gonna be able to watch it again, continue this exercise, okay? And again, I thank you for coming. If you need to leave, thank you for coming, and I'm gonna write here because I know that some of you will start leaving soon. So I'm just gonna write here again the link to get the gift, the double gift of having your questions answered by me, and to also market yourself, to also get the MAP template, the marketing action plan template that I showed you before, and also to learn more about my group coaching program that is something new that I launched. I've launched it twice already in Spanish. This is my attempt to find English speaking group, new group starting 2 weeks. So, but because it's still fairly new, I'm designing it as I go with my group. It's still a great deal because I have an introductory price. So if you're like thinking that maybe this is for you, this is like literally the time to see if this is really for you, because it's in half price. Okay, so I'll show you, I'll say more about it, and I'll share the pricing too at the end. But just, this is not the pricing. This is just a sample. I don't want to confuse you. This is not the price of my program. This is just a sample. But just know that it's half price, introductory price. So, and I'll share that with you later. So if you're interested, just stick with me. Okay. So pricing. So numbers. Now I hope that you took pictures, and you're gonna see the replay later to see the consciousness. So, but I want you to now change hats. Okay, change hats, and I want you to have the accounting or the business owner, entrepreneur hat of deciding on numbers. Okay, so move around if you need to. I know that you've been thinking a lot in the past 15 minutes. So now we're gonna literally use our pen, pencil, and pad. So pricing, right? So when we're talking about pricing services, right, based on our knowledge, so like coaching services, like mentoring services, perhaps you have a service like Brenda who has a proofreading, and not proofreading, editing, right? It's like an editing service for thesis, for university or PhD thesis. So see, this is maybe not an early mentorship where you're gonna be with them, but you still are doing service, hourly service, because it's time that you're spending on the editing, right? On actually doing the service. And but you also have other time because you're gonna talk to your client, and you're gonna have a back and forth of maybe 2 revisions. So see, so we need to, when we say about your selling time, when I say about selling time, it's literally the time that you spend servicing whatever you are selling. As simple as that. When we're talking about pricing for your time, it's the time, it could be your per hourly rate, but the important thing is here, even though we're gonna calculate our per hourly rate now, we're not gonna sell per hour. At least I don't recommend selling per hour, okay? No. We're gonna know our average or approximate hourly rate, because as an entrepreneur, we need to know that, because time is money. But doesn't mean that we're gonna market it that way. Why? Because when we start marketing stuff per hour, what people do, they start deducting time. They start, okay, instead of 20, can we do 10? Can we, instead of 3 hours, can we do 1? And then, you know, you lose control of the sale, and you lose control of the results, because at the end of the day, you are the expert. You're the one who have to know how many sessions you need in order to get results. So less than that, I'm sorry, you're not going to get results. If you need less than that, I need to give you another service, right? It's not discounting the service that I have. It's maybe, okay, then it's a 1-day strategy session. It's not a mentorship program, right? So that's why we need to be very careful of how we price our services, taking consideration the time of our time, how much time I'm going to dedicate to it, because remember, price dictates the client. price dictates the clients. So we don't need to change our show. We just need to diversify our audience and then create different perfect irresistible offers for those audiences that we want to cater to. But my show will still be the same. I'll still be sharing and training and doing what I know what to do. What changes is the marketing, right? On what is going to be that offer and to what market. So pricing. So now you're going to work. I'm just going to talk, but you're going to work. Okay? So we're going to make some decisions. We're going to make 3 decisions, important decisions right now. Okay? For you. So what is your revenue goal for year 1? See that we're not in January, and I want you to write it, like literally write it. I'm going to continue talking, but you're going to write it. What's your revenue goal for year 1? Even if we're not in January, and if you are brave and want to share it here in the chat for the universe to help you on it, please do. But revenue year 1, if we're not in January, so it's okay. So year 1 is pretty much the next 12 months. Maybe it's not year 1 for you, maybe it's year 2. It's okay. Let's not get in with the technicality of things. Just your revenue goal for the next 12 months. Maybe you already had made a goal, so this should be easy. If not, just write a number. If you're trying to go from employee to entrepreneur, maybe this will be easy because then you can more like always want to make as much as we did as entrepreneur, right? We know that we can make as much this year, but maybe we can try December, right? So I want to write a number. The first one that comes to mind. If that's crazy, as you want 100K, 50K, you might have 50K. If you have 50K, use 50K. Why? The 50K is that you have the sample, so if you 50K, it's going to be easier to follow along. If you don't have a number, just write it on that number. Yes, you know the formula process. So then you can do it. You can do it when you do it, whatever you try to do it. You can do monthly and then it's easier for you. Second decision, number of hours per client group. And this is basically what I was sharing before. The number of hours, ideal hours, you want to focus on, or not focus on, but you want to invest on fulfilling the service. So for example, using Zenaida Smart Goal, right? Getting 5 corporate clients, paying 7K by September. So revenue goal year 1. So September 1st, maybe you want to launch 3 times the next, 4 times the next year. So that's 7K times 4. That's 28, so that will 10K for that purpose. So remember that your as practice focus on that one service. Like this, if you're launching, if you're new, you should on your best, right? Launching that start first, then try to diversify. Okay, at least that's my recommendation. Okay? So we're going to have that signature program that I launched the revenue. Okay, so when you that, let's say 7K times 4, 28K for that year 1 for that new product, and then number of overnight. So you how much you spend with that one client that I'm going to charge 7K to. So okay, I'm going to get an or I'm going to go in person and do one workshop per week, or I'm going to do a daily call. No, how much hours I'm going to spend per client or per group, depending on how you program service. Right? You want to work, and that is 20 hours per client month. That's 50 hours. And then 30 hours. I was a little bit, just some Spanish word in there. I'm sorry. I literally translated my workshop to Spanish. So sorry. There's some Spanish that is still lingering around. But I think it's translated. So I think on that point. So the third, very important, is the monthly hours. So what is the difference between number 2? It's so important. Number 2 is how many hours I'm going to literally service my income. Right? The first decision. And the third, it's the monthly total available hours that you have to work on your business, to market, and to do everything that you need to do in order to do that revenue goal. In order to those 5 corporate clients, 7K by 4 times a year to generate 20K that first year for that signature program. Where you can do marketing, where you're doing business development, when you're doing sales and everything. These can start thinking like a market. Making it see total 1 hour. Because remember that I said before that you should allow at least 75% of your time the first year, at least that first year. In marketing, because you understand that there's no sales process on business. So marketing is going to sell the time. Okay, now we're going to use a formula to actually calculate this. This is going to be the work, so we can actually be able to leave these workshop numbers. Okay, maybe you don't have numbers, just follow my sample because I have a sample numbers for you. Okay, so once you get 2 blocks, just follow along the formula. Then you can apply for that. Okay? So how does this look? The formula. Basically, what it says here, the goals for the first year or the 12 months. This is basically what that says. the revenue for year one, the first 12 months. For example, this is not the same. It's not like me. I think myself, this is my lunch, my clients, and they already know that now sharing workshops, people actually see this is me. So they call it microphone, probably should transmit let some, but it's not like very raw. It's personal. It works. Okay, so I hope that it works. So this is the example. Okay, my first year, my performance is 50K. That's pretty much $4,000 that I need to take over. Right? We're on the same page. We have revenue goal, I just divided by 12. That's monthly. Why monthly? It's okay. Maybe your revenue model is not going to be monthly. We have big clients in the state, right? Where we have a few big clients and then it's okay. Remember, we're just trying to make decisions here. We're not doing yet. We're doing something to know before because once we pay our car in a monthly, so it's easy for us to know how much money we need to leave and approximately in order to calculate how we need to make to get out of this. So that's the monthly calculations. Okay, clients are not gonna pay me monthly. Okay, so this is just probably work for us. Now the next time, okay, I didn't this page. This is before. So hours per client or per group per month. For I use my example. This is the one I'm mentoring. I need them 3 packages I'm considering. Here as a sample is 3 hours per month. It's 2 sessions, 90-minute sessions. Added 1 more hour because it's the preparation, 30-minute preparation. So I probably 5. I vote 4, no, 5. That's what I mean. But here's the idea. They work out how many hours I'm going to spend on the workshop clients. Each client is an individual client. And how many hours per week available? Okay, so 30 is how many total hours I have. So for example, I have a part-time business, I have a part-time job, so I can dedicate 30 hours per week to my business. So I'm doing this full time. I can dedicate 40 hours doing this. So great. So that's the time. That's the 40. So I wrote here, if you're doing this full time, is 40. Times 4, I use 4 weeks in a month. Maybe there's 5, but hey, this is still approximate. Times 4 is 160 hours per month. So I have 160 hours per month available to work on my business. And then here I subtract, and actually this is a good way to use it. To use this is here. Here I can actually deduct. Remember I said the 75% of your first year should be allocated to marketing. So we're going to deduct it here, see, in the formula. So we have the 40 hours times 4 weeks is 160 hours per month minus the 75% of time dedicated to marketing. This is how many, let me just change the color because I can, right? 40 hours per month that I have to actually service my clients. What this means, this is very important, the total hours to service my clients. So this means that I have 40 hours where I can service 40 hours that I can service my clients. And if I know that I need 4 hours per client, how many clients I can service per month? If you're following that formula, is 10. The maximum number of coaching, for example, coaching or mentoring clients that I can have per month, it's 10. Why? Because 10 clients dedicating 4 hours per client gives me 40 hours per month that I have to service the clients. Allocating already 75% of my time is going to be to market to them. I need to get the 10 clients to service them, right? So I even have time to keep marketing because I know that I need to continue marketing because they're going to finish soon. They're not going to be there forever. So I need to keep dedicating time to marketing because I will need another set of clients coming in at all times, right? Consistently, so I can fulfill all my hours, because that's how I can maximize my time and really sell out. That's what we want. We want to sell out. And when we sell out of our time, that's a great problem to have, right? We want to be sold out. And what we do, then we either have more pricing or higher the prices, because you can. Maybe you start creating group programs, so you automate your program so you can actually impact more people at a time. I don't know, you diversify, you create other programs that allow you more time. Maybe you don't do one-on-one as much as anymore, and you only do it for VIP clients, and then everybody else goes into a group coaching. And that's basically what happened to me at some point. Almost 3 years doing this, I got to a point that I wanted to generate more revenue. It was time for me to create my own group coaching program, and I knew I had a system that worked in a group setting. So now it allows me to generate more revenue and impact more people this way, rather than only focusing on the one-on-one. Okay? So if you have numbers, please share them with me. If not, I hope that at some point you do have these numbers. If it's not now, it's as a homework. So the idea is, see, 10 clients per month, 40 hours for in total a month, with 4 hours per client. I can service 10 clients per month. So that means that I know my lunch, it's 10 clients. My pricing formula, monthly revenue. So this is the part 2. Okay, part 2, and this is gonna be the end of this part of the workshop. I need to do a part 2, because of course I have so much value to share. I'll do a part 2. Probably I'll just do it in a video series format, so that way when you get the replay, you can also continue learning in part 2, because I have more to share. But I'm going to finish with the pricing formula part 2. That way you have the entire formula. And then I'm going to share about the coaching group program. Okay? So if you're interested, you can stay with me a little longer. So pricing formula part 2. So following the same sample that we were working before, and obviously following your numbers. So we have the $4,166 per client per variable, and the 50 variable for first year monthly was $4,166. We divided by 10 times, because we were not doing 10 times. That's how much in monthly savings pay me, $460. So that's my program, my service. You saw that? I got the price even before designing the service. Let me know, right? How big, how small this package used to be. And then learning it. Believe me, it's so much easier. Because we know what I need, and I know how big my coaching needs to be, and what kind of clients I want to attract, because I know how many of them I need and how much time I want to dedicate. So it's going to help us decide on the client, product design, how it's going to be, how to go. Right? So we're going to make even more decisions. So now we have the pricing of our service. Now we are not pricing our audience. See? Let's see. Because if we have the servicing clients, I'm not going to pay us $160 monthly. We have an hourly rate of $104. We know how much time we're going to get each client. That's not pricing. And that's how you start making your own changes. Optimize it. Oh, it's too low. I should have a higher. Maybe I start about it. I have to increase as I go. Okay. But you get harder, right? You got these prices not just because you thought it was good, just because you were considering important aspects of this. And then our client 12 hours. So there I have a package of, it's gonna cost $460 a month per client. The hourly rate is $104, and I know that I'm gonna spend 4 hours per month. So I'm gonna dedicate 2 months. So it's a total of 12 hours for my package. So the pricing is $104 per hour per 12 hours. That's the total program. I was saying that we're gonna sell by hour. We're gonna market it per program, because yes, we know they need in order to results. This is our whole programs, the 12 hours. It's $1,240. I know my goal, my sample is I need tenants who pay me $1,249. Working dedicate 12 hours of my time. I haven't got to the service, but I do know that how many clients, how many hours, the pricing, and then I know how can I go lower or higher with the prices. But what if I want to have clients, each of 3 months, I'm gonna work with them for 3 months, 12 hours. I want to part time a year because that's how I can do it. And then I get money 40 times in year one, which is really just 1,000. So we get this money. And in 1 year, 40, and 40 times $1,209 program each. That's the goal. We started with the same thing, right? 3K. The same amount we started at every call. So we do the formula box because we get to that number, to get that revenue. But we have done our formula, we can play with the numbers, than to the ideas, right? And so now we can play with okay, how many hours, the hourly rate, how many clients per month, how much time I'm going to take. Just playing with numbers, keep following formula, that way we can make decisions. So anyway, that's all the decisions. We have that the next thing really is marketing process, different steps. That's we need to plan. Okay, and obviously this is a little bit 2 steps before. After what we discussed, but I want to mix or add or combine what we started and we ended up. Okay? So the idea is that this goal, we create a plan, simple and fast. In order to do that, we need to be deciding on these important parts of our business. That's just like, okay. So there's other things that come in the middle. That is how we're gonna plan our marketing, how many launches, what's a launch, why do you launch, and how many times we launch in order to get to those revenue goals. So if this is something that really excited about, if you can get back to this and really teach that yourself, you really feel that you can move much faster going to again. Schedule every no pressure. I call it and see formulas, I see the numbers. I can clear any doubts. Then I have what I just shared. I'm going to also share this with you. I'm going to actually show you how to use it. You can go ahead and use it. I'll give you my recommendations as well. And if you are that from the program, I'm also going to share with you. And I'm going to share how the program is thinking that this is. If you want to let me chat, hey, this is for you. Really help the free virtual model is talk that's going to be verbal one-on-one mentor for you. So if you really feel that this is how you like to go for it, record me. A little bit of what is your coaching program? Let's see. So this is what the coaching program includes. Okay, this is the Spanish version I about a month and a half ago. I reached once, first with 7 girls, then the second one with I'm looking for a new English group. I don't have anything new for this English group, but the idea is the same offer. It's really a transformational offer. It's my dream. It's my business I want to focus on to be market and off as it's so invitation is in all the searches I need in order to monetize your brand, to really manifest your brand, and help and transform people. So these are group program and I'll be your mentor. Weekly group coaching calls. Very having that accountability. We have individual workshops as well, where experts, guest experts, we can some marketing and optimization, from how to be a work artist, how to breast align with your brand. So many experts that are already creating already like the workshop for me and all those videos and what I have as well. So there's also one virtual mentorship, and this is super valuable that I have now because I'm starting the program, but everybody will not have it already. I don't know if I have it, like add-on. But now it's important to talk with you, know how you want this new program. For me, where my goal is results. Those are what it takes. So as long as I can give results, maybe give feedback and make your program the best because you get a super personalized value on the fractional price and get valuable insights and insights. That is going to have double the price soon, eventually, right, in the next few months. And so that's why I'm doing this, and I'm offering on a mentorship. What comes? Well, we're doing the coaching session. If you need some verification, if you have a particular idea or scenario, that's for about 7 you can schedule my calendar. Literally, if I have availability, you can 15 minutes meeting with me and pictures. Really, this is a lot of value. You know, video session is best to have that. Even if you can join, you can do it. You know, this is about the oils. Spanish, you know, Spanish. That's a treat for you. You have well. But the idea is that you have so many resources that the only thing that you need is actually that holding hand to actually do it. That concept to do that for the coaching. Where I'm gonna really have to go and set the way. So you're not gonna be alone. And as a solopreneur, you can see all the ideas and then two, there's only these market stuff that I'm going to see. So just for for a fact, being mastermind the last 2 years, one there's you know one thing here, and always be so impactful for my business and how I do things in business. And so here I mentor from Argentina. Actually, she's the one who inspired me to this road. So every step of the way of my business, I had a support as a mentor, as a mastermind. It's necessary. It's necessary really for what really is important to us, and we're not supposed to do this on our own. And the world is waiting for your talent. You need to take it seriously and do everything you do in order to do it as fast as possible. It's my invitation to you. If you connect with sharing, super soul who need to communicate. So I'm looking for 7 the coaches, the mentors, consultants, yoga teachers. I mostly have coaches, but I also have a yoga instructor. I have 2 personal trainers and a consultants, we have companies, so a few different ladies and who also working those things. So if you're in the company, you want to literally launch off, you want that server launch, and now you really want to launch. Yeah, you want really great system for you. So we're going to schedule that call. So the groups are like pricing, as I said, very time as introduction. So we're pricing soon. And my goal is 6 months literally launch with this pricing, and then next year I'll have another pricing, but at least that's my goal for this year. This person and doing English speaking group into pricing. So it's not the pricing because everything here it's 2 months with coaching. It's gonna be on Wednesday at the same time. This so I from 11 o'clock. It's gonna be 2 hours, 11 to 1. And if you can watch these videos from me, and yeah, so it's for you. Literally, there's a scale with me and really know if this is really going to give you information, your questions, and you continue your path, right? And you tell me the progress. And if this will help you, I would love to solve your tutorial. You send an email. Seen that I shared before. This is the hashtag. You can send me a question as well to the hashtag. Send me a question. Tell me how it helped you. Tell me how it could be better. And obviously, I need to be better at time because I always plan so much to share, and sometimes I don't get to cover everything. So just stay on the lookout for a video series that I'm gonna create that is going to include everything that I plan to share here. And tell your friends, share this video series with your friends. And again, hopefully I talk with you soon. The 4 of you, the 3 of you that are still here, say, let me see who's here because I'm gonna just stop recording right now. So we make it very practical. So remember that you are already awesome. Okay, you're very awesome. You're already awesome. You just need to communicate it. So thank you for being here. I'm going to start the recording, and if you're still here, I can stay to answer any questions. Okay, so I'm going to start the recording and see you online.